So now y'all come into my kitchen. This is Cooking Today. Hi, happy Wednesday. Welcome to Cooking Today. I love it when you join me. Y'all, school is in full-fledged swing, isn't it? In the fall, I don't know about you, but when my kids were at home, our falls were crazy busy. It's like everything picks up after school, and we have events and practices and choir, and my kids did tennis and football and golf and church activities and all of those things. Fall is nuts, and I still always wanted to have something to eat, because the truth is we could eat dinner at 4 o'clock if we had 30 minutes at home before we had to go to something else, or we could be rolling in for the first time at 8 o'clock that night, and I needed to have something to fix for my hungry family. So today I am making 3 really quick, easy weeknight meals that we made like crazy when my kids were growing up and we were really, really busy. And we're starting with a loaded, grilled quesadilla. And then we're gonna do these easy French bread pizzas on big, yummy, long bakery French bread with easy sauce, a bunch of store-bought, quick shortcuts. And then we're gonna finish with these really cheesy French dip, like sub sandwiches that are just great. You're gonna love them. So we are gonna get going. There's a lot to do. And we're gonna start with these really easy grilled quesadillas, like loaded quesadillas. So this is the kind of stuff that you can buy, you can make it in advance, and you can throw these things together at any time. Easy stuff. Ready? This is a pound of ground beef that I just cooked down, threw a packet of taco seasoning in, and then I have a jar, like a little can of chopped green chilies that I like to mix in because it just kind of jazzes it up so that it's not just regular old, taco meat. Adds a little bit of heat, adds a little bit of sweet, makes them a little bit pretty. It's that tiny bit of elbow grease that just sets them apart from just regular old supper. So we have taco meat, easy as that. In this container, I have heated, this is my little microwavable bowl, I have heated a can of refried beans. And then just to kind of, again, that little tiny bit of something to each little store-bought ingredient. You can do in a little bit of your taco seasoning before you put it on your meat. Just do a little bit in here in your beans to give them some flavor. You can also stir in a little dollop of sour cream or salsa just to flavor them up the littlest. Then I had 1 medium onion. This is an option that you don't have to take if you don't have the time, but I love caramelized onions on so many things. They give such a great flavor, don't they? And you can make these onions at the first of the week and keep them refrigerated and just throw them on hot sandwiches or into these quesadillas, easy things like that. So I just have 1 caramelized onion. And then we have some toppings. Most of us have these kinds of toppings and things, Mexican food things laying around. It is so simple to make. And my kids will always choose Mexican food. Do yours? I mean, we just love it. I've also made this whole meal as well for an island and a kitchen full of football players and girlfriends of Gracie's that have all spent the night. This is super easy. So all I'm doing, making a good old loaded stacked quesadilla that we're gonna grill. I have this preheated cast iron skillet over about medium heat because we wanna get it really nice and crispy on the outside. Then I just spread one of the tortillas with the beans, the seasoned beans, load it up with our yummy kind of extra special green chili taco meat. Some cheese mixed in. I do a little cheese here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just use my fingers. Best tools God ever gave you, right? That's what my granny says. So does Ina Garten. We love Ina Garten. Look at that. That's that little bite of yummy sweet that kind of puts it over the edge. And then, watch this. Let's do some more cheese. Cheese kind of helps glue it. You've got beans on the bottom, cheese on the top, and those are the 2 things that are going to kind of serve as glue to hold your quesadillas together. And then I'm gonna top it just like that. Isn't that easy? Y'all have made quesadillas before, I feel sure. They are delicious, they are simple, and I just stand here and I crank them out and I crank them out and I crank them out for whoever happens to be here. I serve them right off of this cutting board, as a matter of fact, because I can just flip it, put it back on here, cut them, quarter them, and top them. So here we go. I just did the littlest bit of oil, just a little bit in the bottom of the pan, just to keep it from sticking, and that oil gets that tortilla just a little bit crispy. Isn't that your favorite bite? So this is gonna grill. That is all there is to it. Don't you have so many of these things in your pantry already? Easy, loaded, grilled quesadillas. Lots of flavor, easy to throw together on a busy night. When we come back, we're gonna make these delicious French bread pizzas. This is Cooking Today. Hi, welcome back to Cooking Today. If you are just joining us, it's busy. Aren't y'all busy? If you've got kids at home, especially, I would say like, well, I don't know. I think they're getting busier now, even earlier. But for us, it was about 3rd grade, 4th grade, through the year they turned 16. It is a beautiful thing when they can drive themselves to their 500 activities after school, isn't it? Oh my goodness. So if you're in the season where you have got 20 things going on after school and only 1 or 2 parents and a grandmother that's pitching in to help and a friend, and you're in your car for hours in the afternoons, and you're thinking, what am I gonna make for supper in the middle of all of this circus? Well, I've got you covered today. We're doing 3 easy weeknight family meals. Quick ones. I made these all the time for my kids and their friends a lot, as a matter of fact. The other thing too is that they'll spread. So my first segment, we did loaded quesadillas. You can double and triple that meat. You can store it. You can get a couple of cans of refried beans, lots of toppings, store-bought salsa, and you can knock out those quesadillas for 6 people if they're spending the night, or 10, or whatever it is. Same goes with these easy French bread pizzas. I've done these for my family. I've done these for groups of 15 boys that can knock out some French bread pizzas. They are easy, so let me tell you how we're doing them. This is a bakery loaf of French bread. It's usually a 14 to 16 ounce loaf. You know, the big boys. I unwrapped it, and for the sake of getting it to fit on my sheet tray, I cut the ends off to make nice square ends. Then, all I did was brush each of the tops of these French breads with a little bit of olive oil, seasoned them with a little salt, a little pepper, and a little bit of garlic, like granulated garlic or garlic powder. So we're basically making garlic bread. And who doesn't love garlic bread? Then I put these in a 425-degree oven for just 3 or 4 minutes because we want them to get crispy, just a little bit crispy, so that when we load on our toppings, it's not soft bread, which would absorb and get kind of soggy. So we've created a toasted, seasoned layer underneath all of our really quick store-bought toppings. Also, after I took these out of the oven, I moved up my top oven rack into the broiler position, you know, your high position. And then I'm going to preheat my low broiler, okay? Because our bread is already toasted, and so all we need to do is get the toppings to just kind of bubble up and be delicious. So what I've got is just any jar of marinara, red sauce, whatever it is that you like. And I'm going right down the middle of these and going to spread them around. I'm not a huge saucy, wet, sloppy pizza person, so I don't just cover it like nuts. I just want to make sure there's just enough of that kind of zingy, tomatoey bite on there, and that's plenty for me. Plus, again, it keeps your pizza, you know, from being just completely soaking wet and soggy. Look how easy that is. I was actually just talking to Andrew, who is standing right here, in the break about our kids getting big enough to start making some of their own little meals And I told him, I said, your kids could absolutely make this one all by themselves. You might not want them to broil because a broiler gets pretty hot. They could just do a longer, slower bake in the oven rather than, you know, having to do the broiler. So, red sauce, lots of shredded mozzarella. And then what I have here is store-bought pepperonis. And there are turkey pepperonis. You can definitely get turkey pepperonis. But they don't have the grease in them. And the grease is what gets really good, and it browns, and it's delicious on your pizza. And it's what makes your cheese kind of get that crispy spot that's so good. And so, you know, I usually get just the regular ones. Now, for our lunch boxes, I usually get the turkey pepperonis, like for them just to snack on, because they're a little bit better for you. But, okay, let's do this. I have browned a little bit of breakfast sausage, you know, like pork sausage. You could do Italian sausage if you would rather. You could do cheese on one. You could do pepperoni on one. You could do a little mix like I'm doing. You could do veggies if you wanted to throw some veggies on there. You could do mushrooms. It's really up to you. That's what makes this so great. So we'll do, I got a lot of sausage that fell off my sides. Let's do a sausage on one. Black olives, we love black olives. Truth be told, we love black olives so much on our pizza or in our pasta salads or whatever, that when I'm ever buying them at the grocery store, I buy 2 cans because we eat, there's no we, it's me. I eat a whole can by myself while I'm making the food. And then the other can goes in the dish. All right, how about that? Easy. I'm gonna stick these carefully in my low broiler, and I'm gonna leave the oven door open and cracked, and I'm going to watch them cook. We want this to bubble, we want the cheese to get yummy, the bread to get a little bit browner, and we want those pepperonis to start to kind of brown and sizzle and get so good. Weeknight meal number 2. When we come back, we're gonna make a really easy French dip sub that we're gonna dunk in a really good au jus. This is Cooking Today. Hi, welcome back. Glad you're here. We are making 3 easy weeknight meals that I have made for my family countless times when we are just busy. What's so nice about these things is they take no time to throw together, like 0 time to throw together. And you can have a lot of these things bought. Like if you have to go do your grocery shop on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday night, or maybe your Monday morning, you can buy all of these ingredients for the whole entire week and have them just sitting in your fridge and your pantry, waiting to go to be thrown together if you have to eat a surprisingly early, quick dinner, you know, a 4:30 or 5 o'clock dinner, so that you can get everybody in the car and turn around and go to something else. Or if you don't come home for the first time of the day until 7:30 at night after you've picked everybody up and run everybody all over the place and taken their friends home. We did that so many times. So we have made a loaded grilled quesadilla, really good ingredients, a lot of store-bought shortcuts. Then we made French bread pizzas. We're going to show you what these all look like at the very end. And now we're going to make super simple, cheesy hoagies, like French dip hoagies that we're going to dunk in a really good au jus. Let me tell you first about our au jus. So back here, now let me say, there is a very long way to do French dip sandwiches, like with really good roast beef and you know, sometimes there are vegetables and you save your stock from when you're making your beef. This is not that. This is carton beef stock, quick, quality roast beef that you buy shaved or, you know, or pulled apart at your deli. So this is our quick version of it. It's really good flavor. This is beef stock that is just a 32-ounce carton that I poured into my little container. I did a few dashes of Worcestershire and a little squirt of Dijon mustard in here, pinch of salt, pinch of pepper, and that's it. Whisked it together and just let that cook down and simmer and get really good and warm on my stove. Now, what we're gonna do with that, you know, with a French dip, is that you ladle it into bowls and you dip these big subs down in juice and they get soaky wet and good. So delicious. We have our oven preheated to 475 degrees. These are hoagie buns from the bakery. I'm just gonna make 2 today because I have about a pound of beef, but you're probably gonna get maybe 3 sandwiches out of a pound of beef because you don't wanna skimp on the meat. And so you probably are gonna do 1/3 of a pound or 1/2 a pound on every sandwich. And then what I did is split these, okay? And then I'm just gonna spread them with a little mayonnaise on the insides. And then you could do horseradish. I actually love horseradish, but I didn't have any today. It's really good. That little bite that kind of stings your nose. I love horseradish for that reason. And then the reason that I call these cheesy subs is because I have 2 kinds of cheese because I just couldn't decide. Oh, so many yummy sauces today that I love. Okay, little Dijon on the top part of my bun. You can do that however your kids like it. It doesn't really matter. Whatever they like is how you need to make it. Isn't that the truth? And I say kids, Sam and I don't have a lot of kids at home anymore. We just have one, and he's busy all the time and gone and drives himself. And he and I are often just looking for quick little meals that we can make for ourselves, and these qualify for that as well. So here is my probably 1/3 a pound of beautiful Deli roast beef that smells outstanding. We're just gonna pile these on, both sandwiches, and then we're gonna top it with 2 cheeses. Isn't that delish? And then these are going to bake open-faced like this, kind of like this, in our 475-degree oven until our cheese is like super melty and delicious and our bread toasts just a little bit. I'm going for it on this meat, y'all. Let's just do it. After all, I generally find myself cooking for boys, big boys, so I'm gonna do it like mom of boys style portions. Okay, so there's that. Then I have provolone, 2 pieces of provolone on each sandwich, and baby Swiss, because why not, right? Don't we love cheese? I'm gonna do baby Swiss over here on this side, I think. Oh my goodness, yes. Then these are gonna cook and they're gonna get bubbly and delicious and beautiful. And then when we get them out of the oven, we're gonna fold them closed on top of each other. And these 2 cheeses, like on the top and on the bottom, are gonna kind of glue it and make them stick, and they're so delicious. Is that cute or is that cute? Doesn't that look good? We're gonna stick them in our hot oven. When we come back, we're gonna cut that quesadilla. We're gonna show you these roasted sandwiches. We're gonna eat those bites of that pizza. 3 quick family meals. This is cooking today. Look at all of this. Y'all, we just made them so lickety split. These 3 easy weeknight family meals for the busyness of your life. These will do the trick. They were so simple to throw together, a lot of store-bought ingredients, some really good little flavorful shortcuts that just kind of amped it up a little bit, and they cook and bake in no time. So we started with our loaded grilled quesadilla, a little crispy on the outside. We added green chilies into our taco meat to kind of amp that flavor up a little bit. We seasoned our refried beans, cooked them in our skillet with lots and lots of cheese. And then we're gonna just top it with all kinds of our favorite things, sour cream and avocado and tomatoes, black olives, whatever it is that you like. Okay, yum. Love that one. Then we made our French bread pizzas. Look at these. Little bite of sausage, crispy corners, cheesy, that tiny bit of that little bit of tomato sauce on there, crispy, delicious, garlicky, store-bought bakery bread. Isn't that the best? When these aren't smoking hot, I'll take these off, use my sharp serrated knife, cut those into pieces, eat them. Delicious. Homemade ranch, perfect. And finally, our French dip subs. Easy hoagie buns from your bakery, deli, roast beef, 2 kinds of cheese, provolone and Swiss. Toasted those in the oven until they got delicious and brown and gooey and warm and toasty. And then we have this au jus in a big bowl. Got to have a wide mouth bowl. We're going to top those, scoot them over, and dunk them. 3 easy weeknight meals. Hope this helps. Survive your fall. This is Cooking Today.